Every fighter wants to build their own legacy, but what happens when the world refuses to let you step out of someone else's shadow? That's exactly what Islam Makhachev is dealing with right now. Islam has made it clear he's done being compared to Khabib Nurmagomedov. During an interview with Brett Okamoto, he was asked if he wanted to achieve something Khabib never did, like becoming a two-division champion. Islam immediately dismissed it as a stupid question. He said Khabib is his brother, not his rival. The man spent months away from his family just to help him train. For Islam, Khabib's record isn't something to beat, it's something to honor.
Like, is there something kind of cool about doing something that he
I don't know.
never did?
This question is like, some of them ask me, you want to defend the belt more than Khabib? We never talk about this, and
Yeah.
you know, it's like, for me, it's the stupid questions, you know, because he's my brother, you know. If he don't want to I beat his record, he never helped me, you know. But you know, he still, I told you, he's still like now 2 months without family. He support all team, you know. These guys just dream for him to make the new champions in our gym, you know. Because one of the day he told me, because why he did this, you know, not just for one guy, you know. If someone become champion, he changed life for like many people, for his family, for his brother, sister, friends, you know. It's, you know, and he tell me it's like dream for me to help people, and what I can do right now. I'm not fighting, but I have to help people. When I help someone, it's not mean I just help him. I can help his family, his friends, who people who around him, you know. And that's why he is us right now. And it's, I told you, it's like not question which one I want to answer. Like,
In MMA, opinions flip faster than fight night momentum, and Chael Sonnen just proved it. Only days after ripping Tom Aspinall for not continuing after the eye poke, he completely changed his tune. On the Good Guy, Bad Guy show with Daniel Cormier, Sonnen admitted he was wrong. He said Aspinall made the smart call, not the weak one. Cormier agreed, adding that if you can't see, you have too much to lose by forcing it. They compared it to other fighters who pushed through and paid the price, like Anthony Smith against Jon Jones. Sometimes the honorable choice isn't the smart one, and Aspinall chose survival over pride.
He's got more days ahead of him. So if you live to fight another day, it was like a couple weeks ago when Derrida's corner threw in the towel. You fight another day. If you can't see, and you're the reigning defending champion, and you can't see, then you don't fight. You have too much to lose, Chael. We always try to measure the smart decision versus the honorable decision. I thought Anthony Smith was very honorable when Jon Jones kneed him in the head on the ground. I thought Anthony Smith also was dumb. He should have took the win, went home as the champion, and then came back and collected some pay-per-view points in the rematch. That's just me. Honorable versus smart. I think Tom Aspinall just made the smart decision, and that ultimately upset a lot of people.
I agree with that too. I do think that was the right decision. I do think that was the smart decision. Tom's got one thing to do, which is to leave that arena with the title that he brought in to that arena.
Michael Bisping isn't one to stay quiet, and this time he's calling out Tom Aspinall's own father. After Aspinall's dad revealed details about his son's UFC contract and hinted at a possible move to boxing, Bisping went off. On his Believe You Me podcast, the former champ said those comments were a huge mistake. Publicly talking about leaving the UFC, especially right after a title defense, can backfire fast.
And there was the whole thing with DC. Remember that? You probably saw that, whispering into the microphone. You know, he didn't need to release that, you know, so he kind of dropped the ball a little bit there. And then his dad was talking about the boxing things, you know, after this contract, we're leaving. And I was like, what are you doing? You don't negotiate like that in public. You speak to them men to men, man to man. I mean, if that's what you want to do, great. But if you had have lost on Saturday night, good luck getting another title fight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, I'm not speaking for the UFC. That's just me sitting here, just got off a plane in Dubai.
Even in a sport built on violence, sometimes the biggest hits come outside the cage. Daniel Cormier isn't happy with Tom Aspinall. And it's not about fighting. After UFC 321, footage surfaced of a private conversation between DC and Aspinall that was caught on camera and released online. In it, Cormier was quietly talking strategy, mentioning how certain matchups could play out. When the clip went public, DC felt betrayed. He said that when you lean in and talk off mic, That's a personal moment that should stay between the fighter and the coach. For him, that was a breach of trust.
The mic was on me, and I was talking to Tom about the heavyweight division. You had it right. You had it right, Chael. I was literally trying to tell him, you could possibly be on the verge of something tremendously special right now, right? What I was saying was that in that statement, I was saying, Jailton's going to grapple you, right? It's not as dangerous a fight. And I could have done a better job of saying that to Tom. Now, I was a little upset that Tom and them released that, if I'm being honest with you. I thought when you lean in, Chael, when you lean into someone and you're talking quietly, that's a private conversation that should stay between you and the athlete. I thought it was embedded. And I know that embedded would never do something like that. But regardless of what you're saying, whether you're saying it in jest or you're being honest, like, Jailton Almeida deserves respect, and I do respect him. And I felt bad, man, because he's been so nice to me.
After all the drama, fans finally got an update straight from Tom Aspinall's camp. According to reports, he recently visited specialists to check his eye following the double poke at UFC 321. And the results are good news. Aspinall's vision is reportedly fine, with no permanent damage. Doctors cleared him to resume light training within weeks, though he's taking things slow to avoid setbacks. Sources close to his team say he's already focusing on recovery and keeping himself ready for a potential rematch before the end of the year.
If he stay here, I need to see him again on Monday. If he doesn't stay here, then he must see somebody after 2 days, okay?
It's good that he stopped the fight.
Yeah. You should stop the fight until you're good again and until you're cleared. Okay. But we didn't find anything dangerous. Okay.
The eye poke drama didn't just divide fans. It split the locker room too. Some of the biggest names in the sport have now taken sides. Henry Cejudo said he's switching his pick if there's a rematch, now favoring Cyril Gane. He claimed Gane showed no fear, stood his ground, and forced Aspinall into tough positions before the fight ended. Kamaru Usman agreed, saying he'd love to see the rematch happen as soon as December. Meanwhile, Dustin Poirier took a more neutral stance. He said only Aspinall truly knows how bad the eye poke was. Poirier admitted he's been poked many times and kept fighting, but added that everyone's pain tolerance and vision risk are different.
Umar needs to fight Merab Dvalishvili. If Sean O'Malley got a rematch right off the back, Umar with this win deserves it too. He's the next best thing to challenge for that.
If he was to fight Merab next, what would be Umar's game plan for the second fight?
Stay in the center and fight him there. Don't get backed up,
It's
dude.
a lot
Merab,
harder.
but he has to. Typically, Merab always kind of loses the first round. He lost it with me. He lost it with him. He lost it with Corey. Stay in the center. Don't back up. He's a movement and a pressure fighter. So the more that he's able to have the movement going forward, the more that he's able to set up everything that he wants to get.
Dustin Poirier kept it real when asked about Tom Aspinall's eye poke situation. While fans and analysts were busy taking sides, Poirier said only one person truly knows how bad it was: Tom himself. He explained that he's been poked in the eyes plenty of times during fights and always kept going. But every situation is different. Some pokes blur your vision for seconds. Others can end your career. Poirier didn't criticize Tom. Instead, he showed respect for the decision to protect himself.
A lot of people ask me, what's up with Aspinall? What's up with the eye poke? I don't know. Only he knows how bad it was. But I've been in a lot of fights where I've got eye pokes and I continue. And only he knows.
Jon Jones just added his name to the growing list of voices calling out Tom Aspinall, and he didn't hold back. Jones released old footage showing him talking about fighters who quit when things got tough, claiming it revealed a lot about Aspinall's mindset. In the clip, Jones mentioned a past fight where Aspinall appeared to tap instantly after a submission attempt, saying that moment told him everything he needed to know. He compared it to his own experience with Vitor Belfort, where he refused to tap even with his arm nearly broken. The message was clear. In Jones's eyes, champions don't quit. He said he's willing to break before giving up, and that separates legends from everyone else. Jones didn't name Aspinall directly in his recent comments, but fans connected the dots fast, and social media exploded.
I'd be interested to see if he wins his next fight.
What's the rumor? Cyril Gane?
Cyril Gane, supposedly. There's a video that hasn't gone viral, but one of his losses, he was very much an adult, I believe already a black belt, and he was taken down, and the guy twisted his ankle, and he had no defense. He tapped so quickly, I had a fight where I got arm barred, and I was literally willing to let somebody break my arm before giving up.
This is Vitor Belfort.
Vitor Belfort with Tom. The moment he felt any pressure on his ankle, he tapped immediately, which lets me know a lot about him.
From Islam Makhachev snapping at comparisons to Khabib, to Tom Aspinall fighting off critics, leaks, and endless opinions, this week proved one thing. In MMA, the fight never ends when the cage door closes. Every word, every rumor, every reaction turns into another round. Some fighters are battling legacy, others are battling perception. And whether it's loyalty like Islam's or the backlash facing Aspinall, the spotlight never stays soft for long. The heavyweight division's heating up fast. Judo wants gain, Bisping's calling out the Aspinalls, and Jon Jones is stirring the pot as usual. If the doctors clear Tom soon, we might see one of the biggest rematches of the year before December. Thanks for watching. And if you want to stay caught up with every twist, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what happens next in the world of MMA.